Chapter 17. Ginger comes back down to Earth. I'm approaching the base now. It's taken me barely any time at all. I really am going to have to get one of these for myself. I've barely touched the highest speeds. It's actually pretty scary passing over towns and villages in a matter of a second or whatever. These just go so much faster than anything that we've got. If I had gone any faster, honestly, I would be in Timbuktu by now. I've got to remember how to slow down now. My feet mess around with pedals until I pretty much stall. Stalling in air is fun. Nothing to hit but the ground below. After a slight moment of uncertainty, when I'm not sure if I'm going up or down or anywhere, except for my stomach shouting at me unsuccessfully as to what's going on, I manage to hover again. I bring the aircraft down slowly. I place it just outside the door to the block that I need to go into. Immediately, there's a massive commotion. People are running towards me, yanking out their various weapons. They don't want to get too close, however, affording me some time to slowly get out of the craft without getting bludgeoned or shot at from point-blank range. Even so, I am not recognized immediately and have to hide back in the aircraft until the sheet of bullets dies back down. Somebody shouts out that the alien has morphed into human shape, and the torrent starts again. I shout out my name and number, but it's impossible for people to hear with this racket. In a quiet moment, someone manages to catch something of what I shout out, and eventually the bullets stop. Even so, I do not get out immediately, leading people to believe that I'm now dead, which is why they come to the craft to check me out. I repeat my name and number at gunpoint until someone, a friend actually, verifies who I am and I know that it is now safe for me to get out. I quickly explain before running off into the building I want to go into. This is all so much fun. It's actually quite sad. In the brief moment that I had to look at my surroundings, the things that I should have taken notice of was that the craft was relatively unharmed. Instead, the building and ground are now heavily scarred due to the rebounding bullets, as were the other bits and bobs that people had used to take cover with from this false invasion. Unfortunately, they had managed to do more harm to each other than they had to me or the craft. That was due to my stupidity. I should not have landed there. I should have landed in a field outside and walked in, but that would have risked immediate detection from those who had seen it fly down and destruction before I could explain. Unfortunately, this was the only way. But I had not managed to allow this to sink in until I got into the building in safety. It's always the way. I enter into the flight lieutenant's office. I just barge in without even knocking. It seems like such a petty detail. Immediately I realize that I've caught him at a bad moment. He has his back to the door as I walk in, and he hunches up when he realizes that someone else is in the room. It's grown spots since I last saw it. They pulse, but they seem to be pulsing in time with my heartbeat, which, right now, is absolutely racing. I know that there are times like this, because as the course of the meeting is to go on, they will slow down, as will my heart, but I don't realize all this yet. I say, "Sir," he mumbles a reply. I go on to say, "Well, sir, it was a total catastrophe. A lot of men died today, sir, that didn't need to. Many of them may still be alive, but badly injured. We didn't stand a chance out there. Worse, There are many civilians who have lost friends, family, homes, everything, sir. What happened today should not have happened. What makes it worse, sir, is that there were only 3 of these aliens against the entire city of London. I managed to stop them, but I dread to think what may happen if we don't stop the rest. There is more mumbling. What is going on with him? I go round to face him. I see that the lower part of his face is covered in foam. I jump back, stumble over a leg chair, and on the floor, looking up, I notice that he has a toothbrush in his hand. He swallows a couple of times, licks his lips and swallows that as well. Sorry, Jeeves, toothpaste. Such a luxury. Seems a waste. No, seems insulting if you don't consume it. I accept that remark. Aliens, sir? I repeat, almost questioningly, trying to get back on track. How do you think we should stop them, Jeeves? Says the flight lieutenant. I have absolutely no idea, sir, I say. It's truthful, at least, if not helpful. They're unstoppable. The flight lieutenant is looking puzzled now. He goes to speak, but then stops himself as if what he was about to say would sound ridiculous. Eventually, he manages to find the right words. Well then, how come you're still alive, and how did you manage to stop them? Well, sir, I have a nice new aircraft for us to play with, sir. Absolutely spiffing, in fact. The flight lieutenant seems interested. I'm not sure whether it's in what I have to say or the toothpaste, which is lying on the table invitingly, its mouth saying, you know you want to. I have to continue anyway. Yes, sir, I speak up. I have managed to obtain one of these aircraft that these space invaders use after it crash landed. Much more advanced than any of our aircraft, I can tell you. And it flies like a dream, a beautiful dream. The flight lieutenant doesn't really have anything to say back to me, but I know that he would feel that he would have to contribute something to the conversation. Not a nightmare, then? No, not a nightmare. Well, I just presumed. What with them using all kinds of space gadgety stuff? How would you have been able to use it? God forsake the amount of ooze they must leave in the cockpit. Surprisingly not, sir. I'll leave out the little bit of blood that I found. Just a normal cockpit. Normal apart from all the flashing lights everywhere, the switches that I have no idea what they do, and the labels for said switches in alienese, I suppose. Then there was the fact that the window is black on the outside, but you can see perfectly well through it from the inside. Oh yes, the seat is incredibly comfortable, despite being built for one of the disgustingly ugly creatures. There was a lot of blood, but that was only due to his head exploding all over the bally place. The craft also has no propeller and no wings, so how does it fly then? The flight lieutenant says, butting into what I have to say. So I have absolutely no idea how it flies, says I, just blocking out the flight lieutenant. But I do know that it flies very fast and very quietly, and it shoots these blue things that almost seem to glow. But of course, apart from that, this craft is perfectly normal, sir. Marvellous! Righty-ho, then. When do I get to see it? Well, sir, it's still outside, right outside. Other side of the building, though. He's trying to lean out of the window to see it now. I carry on. Had a bit of a bumpy landing, but I'm hoping to get better at flying it. Yes, well, get some men to put it in one of the hangars. Yes, sir. I'll see about that straight away, sir. I turn to leave, but seeing the pulsing spots makes me realize something. By the way, sir, have you any idea just how we're going to get rid of these alien things? What? No. I'm just waiting for some orders from the Prime Minister. He salutes, I salute. Well, sir, I believe that I may just have a plan. Jolly good.